Rishi Sunak is going to be the next Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, which is crazy because I thought I was just reporting on the fact that Liz Truss was going to be the next Prime Minister 2 seconds ago. But she is already out and gone, or she's going to be, and Rishi Sunak is poised to take her place. So he actually makes history in a number of different ways, and we'll discuss that. But it's going to be fascinating, nevertheless, to see how he is able to pick up what Liz Truss left off, which was just kind of a mess, and make something of it in a very economically tumultuous time in Britain. Take a look from USA Today. Former Finance Minister Rishi Sunak completed a political comeback Monday when he was selected Prime Minister by Britain's ruling Conservative Party, just 7 weeks after he was beaten to office by Liz Truss. Sunak will be the fifth British Prime Minister in 6 years, the third in less than 2 months. He is Britain's first leader of South Asian descent, its first Hindu Prime Minister, and the nation's first leader of color. He is the youngest Prime Minister of modern times as well. He won an internal party contest to be the country's new leader following Truss's October 20th resignation. Her tenure was the shortest ever for a British Prime Minister and was marked by economic turmoil. British voters elect a party, not a specific leader, meaning the ruling party has latitude to change a prime minister without calling an election. Sunak won the party contest after his main challenger dropped out of the race. He automatically becomes prime minister, and there's a photo of him there. So, making history in multiple ways, notably also, as well as the first person of color, first Hindu, first South Asian, also being young in modern times for a British Prime Minister. But again, right now, the UK is in a very tough spot. They have even worse inflation than the United States has. They have devastating economic circumstances on the ground as the aftermath of the pandemic is still being dealt with. And it highlights, in my mind, what I was trying to articulate time and time again whenever right-wingers scream about the Democratic Party is causing all this inflation. When you look at the UK, which has been governed for a while now by the Conservative Party, is dealing with even worse inflation and even worse high prices than the United States is, it shows you this is a natural aftermath, as well as a million other factors, but the primary one being of the pandemic and the economic downturn and the recovery that followed of the pandemic. And so if we're seeing it worldwide, it's hard to blame that on one party and one country, as I've repeated over and over, but still I'm not being heard on that. But interesting stuff. Rishi Sunak taken over in the UK.